don't take it personal. I know it might sound hard because, you know, you see yourself as person, but you are a spiritual being. You are energy. And one thing I used to always say is don't take it personal. But I never really had any clarity as to, you know, why I was really saying that. But now, in my own life, what I've realized is I used to take so much personal into heart that I would allow it to upset me. I would allow it to change my mental and emotional state, or just feel like, you know, I wasn't worthy of certain things, or just like, why is this happening to me, kind of a thing. Not realizing that, you know, that's what happens when we live from ego. We take things personal. And what I've learned along this journey is when I detached from, I guess you could say, personhood, because I really don't like to live in person as person. Why? Because that is when we allow our ego to override us, and the external things become an influence, an impact on us as a person. But when you're living in your soul as a spiritual being that you are, how can you and what can you take personal when you're not person? And so that has really made a difference for me in just how I handle situations, especially if they're ones that may become, you know, a little difficult or shaky. When I do not take them personal, it is more freeing, and I stay within my power. That's the other thing. And the receiving end, the other person that I may be dealing with, what they say or how they come about certain things, it doesn't resonate with me because, well, I don't live from person, and I don't take offense to someone else's opinion or their point of view, or, you know, what they do or say, because that is them, that is their own journey. We are each our own individual. We are each our own spiritual being ourselves. And so what others do has nothing to do with me. You know, it's a matter of how I choose to react to those actions, is when you either are living in person, taking it personal, and your ego comes up, or you stay in your heart and soul as a spiritual being that you know you are, and anything that is of this physical world doesn't even affect you like it used to. And that is what I've realized on my own journey, whether it was dealing with people, my own self, family, you know, partners and people that I was working with towards a common goal, whatever and whoever it was. You know, when I detached from that ego, you know, point of view, and stayed solid in who I truly am, it all changed and made the difference in my journey. And with every experience and situation that I have, and it's honestly helped to elevate certain relationships and other relationships. It has allowed me to go ahead and detach and just cut them completely off again, with no shame or guilt. That's another thing. You know, with taking things personal, we hold shame or guilt. And so I had to detach from those things because they were doing more harm than good in my life. And I you know, we got to always find ways to continue to elevate. And that's one thing I will always suggest now is don't take it personal. An experience, a person, what you may be going through. You know, it may sound kind of off because we have difficult moments, but when you stay in your heart and soul and you understand that every experience is a teachable moment, and life itself is the teacher. Us being on this earth is the teacher, and we are the students learning these lessons. And there's always a blessing, a lesson, and wisdom and strength to be gained through them. And that's what's so beautiful. And that's what we got to focus on.